Oi.
Interesting scamming. Before you go to the listen to watch or the part 2 dan podcast ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Debt8.sg.
Ya, kalau ada masalah hutang, kalau kena kejaran creditors ke, kalau you all tak tahu macam nak settle your hutang ke apa kan, kalau ada banyak you owe from a few financial institution, jangan takut. Okay, jangan risau, just call 93821253 ataupun WhatsApp 93821253, boleh lungsuri laman mereka www.debt8.sg.
Jangan lupa juga untuk follow mereka di Instagram, Facebook dan juga TikTok Debt8.sg.
Okay, Papa, go watch the part 2. See you later.
Seram macam.
Dan wangnya ada di sini.
Ayam hitam. Ayam mahal. Kira seram masih.
Seram kan?
Seram masih.
Seram so.
Sorry. Jom ah. 100 on the gas, I try to bro. Takkan silap kata bila go. Flex up on them collars, money shows. Dulu tak ada orang mansion, sekarang semua on attention. We on the road, cari beras, dapat sesuap pun tak berkeras. Keraskan hatiku, kerjakan mimpi dan lost on my peers like the pain in the past. No, I'm not sorry for knowing my worth. The blood that I've lost for a dream that I earned. It's for what you think, I'ma speak on my mind till the day that I die. Just can tell till it burns. I know I'm different, I'm on my own wave. I might cakap, let's get it, tapi semua swerve. Banyak suka tembak nama, suka buang masa. Apa korang nak percaya? I got some people that's praying, hoping the shit that I'm on takkan last, I'm a servant. Saya nasib pun tak ada orang pasal untuk korang tengok. Sekarang was the word, sekarang kita.
Yes. So dah habis apa? Okay dah, budget dah habis lah. Okay, aku dah tahu. Terus, baik nak, terima kasih nak transfer ni. Pak Kiai mau mensucikan duitnya. Esok Pak Kiai hantar ke bank anak. Ui. Okay Okay. Aku dah pump 1,000 lebih so. Besok senyap. Okay, aku relax. The next day, Assalamualaikum Pak Kiai.
Okay.
Waalaikumsalam nak.
Oh, dia layan.
Dia kira layan asal. Aku dah pump 1,000 lebih. Duitnya, wangnya macam mana Pak Kiai? Ya, ini Pak Kiai sedang ada di bank ni, mau hantarkan wangnya kepada Razi bank account. Dah sucikan duit apa?
Okay.
Tu tengok nak pump duit, nak hantar kat bank aku apa? Tapi ni Pak Kiai minta bantuan anak. Kenapa Pak Kiai? Nak hantar duit ni, banyak duitnya banyak, jadi harus bayar tax.
Kau bayar?
Tak langsung. Aku nak kena teka berapa tax aku kena bayar.
Okay, aku pun.
Sekejap. Jadi macam dia cakap dekat bank ni. Pak Kiai cuba video call saya. Pak Kiai video call saya. Saya nak tengok Pak Kiai ada dekat bank ke tak. Kira aku dah tak percaya apa.
Okay.
Memang aku tak percaya lah. Sekejap nak sebentar Pak Kiai tidak boleh video call di sini pasal ni dalam bank. Okey lah. Okay, betul apa. Security purposes apa. Mana tahu kan. Tapi Razi, biar Pak Kiai kira ya, kita harus bekerjasama. Razi cuba usahakan ya, pasal ini duitnya banyak Pak Kiai bawa dalam beg ini, mau transfer ke bank Razi. Okey, Pak Kiai kira. Pak Kiai call saya balik. Dia call aku balik. Pak Kiai, Razi saya sudah kira-kira. Tax dia adalah $13,700.
Kepala otak dia lah. Kiai. Kau betul-betul
13,700.
Okay.
Bro, aku cakap kau kena orang yang desperate bro. They might pay bro. They might try to find the money and pay, because that's considered the last stage for the money to reach you. Kan? So, orang yang desperate, okay lah, tak apa, cari ambil loan ke, ambil apa, pinjam orang ke, 13,700 aku transfer kan. Nanti aku dapat balik about 90,000 lah. Masuk bank apa. Bro. So, transfer kat bank apa. Kan? Tapi aku, of course, aku don't fall for that lah.
Yalah.
Macam ni tak masuk akal lah Syah. Habis Pak Kiai ada duit itu 100,000 kan. Pak Kiai gunakan duit itu untuk bayar 13,000 lebih. Tidak boleh anak, ini duit tidak boleh digunakan dulu.
Okay.
Pasal anak harus derma kepada anak-anak yatim di Singapura, bagi tolong-tolong orang dulu, baru anak boleh gunakan wang ini.
Okay.
Macam itu. Dia tak pakai duit tu untuk bayar tax. Terus aku cakap, Pak Kiai, saya dah tak ada wang. saya minta duit daripada Pak Kiai nak pakai $100 ni pasal saya memang dah tak ada wang. Tapi anak cuba usahakan 13,000. Anak cuba usahakan ya. Tolong Pak Kiai pasal Pak Kiai sudah susah macam gini. Pak Kiai sudah di alam gaib, sudah mendapatkan wang.
Kiai Abdul Mustafa. Duit dia kepuk-kepuk Azul.
Macam gini kan? Macam gini.
TikTok.
Ini ada Mustafa, dia ada Kiai lain.
Kau tengok Razi sudah fall for this.
Tak, aku tak fall. Aku dah bajet RM1,000 je. So this is how.
Aku tanya kau.
Okay.
Kau invest to find the knowledge. Kalau betul 100,000 tu masuk macam mana?
Kalau betul, then aku will tell the same thing lah. It's not a scam lah. I got the money. Yeah. But bro, I tell you, aku buat pasal hutang-hutang apa. If you want to take loan or take something, ni cakap pasal law no such thing as kau nak kena bayar dulu to get your loan. In anything. Sama juga alam gaib ke whatever ni pada aku Okay, kalau kau nak kena ini let's say kalau aku bayar 13,000, itu kira dia pay last hit tau.
Yalah.
Kalau aku dah transfer 13,000 kat dia mesti confirm hilang punya.
Baik kau main forex kan?
Dia aku pernah dengar ni scam ni. Dia contoh it was very popular back then tau. Example aku pitch dekat kau, aku just have to spend a few $100 buat brochure.
Okay.
Then aku bilang kau, okay bro, kau nak hold shares tak for this development? Okay, ni dia boleh buat slide dia cantik tau. Okay, ni resort ni somewhere in contoh Mumbai lah.
Okay.
Ni resort gila babi ni, kau tengok dia
orang tak pergi lah.
Kira dah nak start ni projek ni, cuma aku perlukan investment.
Alright.
Okay, berapa kau boleh tolak? Kalau let's say aku tolak kau 3%. Okay, tapi kau own 3% of this whole resort company. Aku minta kau at least dalam 15,000 lah minimum. Ada orang, a lot of people pay for that. Because what they are selling now is they are selling hope.
You're right bro, you're right.
So ni benda actually dekat resort ni tak wujud langsung.
That is the word bro. They are selling hope. They play with your feelings. They show you all these videos. Duit banyak-banyak. Tu duit siapa kau pun tak tahu. Mungkin itu duit yang scammers. They have a big community. Dia ada duit kepul ni tunjuk orang. Orang tengok sial lah, betul sial. Actually duit tu dah kena rolling.
Okay, aku the most practical and rational person even after watching video of a lot of cash, sedikit sebanyak pun dia mesti jentik aku juga. Kau faham tak? The first initial feeling is sure lah banyak apa. Best apa. Bro, manusia mana tak ada itu, there's something called greed apa.
Greed,
Kita nak duit tau. Kita nak banyak duit. Bila kita nampak banyak duit tu, kita punya nafsu tu terugat tau. So, this is what he's selling to people, and people who have let's say maybe 20,000, dia perlukan let's say $500,000 to pay for whatever. Orang yang terdesak ni will pay for this shit bro.
Bro, okay,
ini kau tengok pun kau gugat.
Aku tergugat.
Tengok tu tak apa, ada review.
Ada
boleh fake review lah.
Dia ada review macam gini. Bukti feedback yang telah berjaya dapatkan duit ajaib.
Kasih aku dengar. Replay.
Terima kasih kepada Atuk dan Tuan Admin kerana telah memberikan saya wang ajaib. Sesungguhnya wang ajaib ini telah banyak membantu saya dalam menguruskan kehidupan seharian saya. Terima kasih Atuk dan Tuan Admin.
Kira kalau dia buat gini video, dia pengaruh orang, bila orang fall for that shit, dosa dia tanggung berat Mat.
Berat.
Itu satu dosa tanggung berat. And dosa yang kedua pula tu, kau dah menyekutukan Allah bro.
So kau percayakan benda yang
kau
lain
percaya
apa?
kau minta tolong kepada jin.
Yes.
Kalau betul ni benda ada lah, kau dah minta tolong pada jin
Bro, cara buat ritual wang ajaib.
Siapa yang nampak, aminkan, insyaAllah. Moga Allah mudahkan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil.
Ini dah munafik Mat.
Munafik lah.
Video save. Send to J, just put it up on the.
Memang ni kira dah menyekutukan Allah lah.
Ini dah munafik Syul.
So ini memang salah bro. Memang salah.
Bro,
ini bukan Zack Ni munafik sia. Kau tengok belakang sekali liter je siu. Ji, merepek sia ni.
Dah bro.
Kiai Baharudin Hussein. Ji, apa nama dia?
Nama dia kejap.
Nama dia? Jimmy.
KH Abdullah Zain.
KH
Abdullah Zain.
Just pass the mask ni. Just the mask.
Abdullah Zain.
KH Abdullah Zain. Ha?
Rianek.
Dia nak apa?
Buat macam ni. Buat macam ni. Jap.
Dan saya harus dari ritual ini.
Seram macam.
Dan wang yang ada di sini harus datang daripada ayam hitam.
Ayam hitam. Ayam mahal. Kira seram masih.
Seram kan?
Seram masih.
Seram so.
Rambut.
Rambut dapat?
Mana taknya Ji, kau boleh fall for this Ji bro.
Aku tak fall lah.
Kira kau nak tahu lah. KH Abdullah Zain Salam. Kau tengok muka dia.
Sial lah.
Aku curious. Aku punya orang, aku boleh sampai gini tak bro? Aku kalau macam nak tahu a bit more, just to create awareness to all of you, create awareness to all of you who are listening. Guys, kalau korang dapat duit dia pun, halal ke haram?
Haram.
It's haram guys, because dia minta daripada alam gaib. Kalau betul duit dia ada.
Tak ada lah.
Tak ada Asia ni, tak ada confirm.
Bro, kalau dia boleh buat lah, sekiranya kita percaya benda ni, kalau dia boleh dapatkan, dia nak berapa? 100,000. Nak lebih tak? 1 million. Kenapa dia tak buat untuk diri sendiri?
Asal dia tak kaya.
Babi, apasal dia tak buat banyak 1 billion, habis dia boleh jadi Elon Musk duduk satu table?
Bro,
habis dia nak tolong orang? Pelah butuh lah cakap dia.
Merepek Kiai.
Dia panggil dia Pak Kiai.
Pak Kiai.
KH Abdullah Zain.
Following 4,534.
Because it's about money bro.
It's following. Followers dia 200 voice. Dia tak scam.
Following.
Ritual dan pengorbanan. Wang ajaib halal. Sila masih atuk. Muka kau dah macam atuk. Bro. Kau tengok ni. It's the same as how Telegram punya permainan.
So, bila aku cakap aku dah tak ada duit nak bayar 13,000 lebih. Kalau dia cakap, okay Razi, kalau kita macam gini. Pak Kiai tak boleh transfer bank kalau gitu. Aku cakap, tak ada pak, bapak letak dalam bank. Saya arrange transport. Daripada saya pesat logistik, ambil bag daripada Pak Kiai. Aku dah arrange. Aku cakap aku dah arrange lah. Okay Razi, bisa. Tapi wang ini harus mensucikan lagi. Duit ni asyik kena suci je.
Voice note semua ada jalan terus tak?
Tak voice note, ni call. Message ada. Asyik kena suci je wang ni. Dah sampai bank, nak masukkan dalam bank. Razi tak boleh bayar, yang kita harus mensucikan untuk masukkan ke dalam bag. Jadi macam mana nak sucikan wang ni Pak Kiai untuk masukkan dalam bag? Pak Kiai perlukan 3 ekor kambing hitam.
Lah pula. Ni ada sebelah kau satu.
Kau tak tanya dia, Kiai kenapa mau kambing hitam?
Dia cakap nak kena sucikan, ritual. Ada ritual.
Kira dia nak sedut duit kau.
Nak sedut duit kau lah.
Tapi kau tengok, kenapa dia pakai hitam?
Macam real lah kira.
Saya tak anik je.
Tak lah, ilmu hitam.
Tapi duit ada tak ada
putih,
kita tak tahu.
Bodoh ada ni.
Betul lah.
You Kiai.
So aku tanya dia, okay Pak, berapa harga ekor kambing hitam? Nak kena ada 3 Satu ekor apa? Syam kau rasa?
3,500.
5,500.
You je? Satu ekor $2,000.
Mampu milik lah.
Mampu milik lah. Dia tahu okay ni letak 2,000, dia ni mesti boleh cari lah. Kira kan 13,000 mahal. Okay 6,000 kira aku masih boleh sedut. 6,000 pun kira puas hati lah. Dan after that aku cakap, Pak, saya kena usahakan wangnya. Saya mau usahakan wangnya. Baik-baik Razi. Cuba usahakan wangnya. Terus besoknya aku buat bodoh. Aku dah payah tahu sampai sekarang. Aku buat bodoh, besoknya dia cakap, Razi macam mana dapat wangnya 6,000? pasal bapak Pak Kiai terpaksa sucikan wang ini. Saya masih usahakan wangnya Pak Kiai. Cuba dah cari 2,000 dulu. Dapat beli 1 ekor kambing dulu. Kira kau dah desperate lah kira.
Ji, kau tak rasa perit ke?
Mana?
Sayang saja duit tu.
Yalah, it's like 1,001.
Kak Nusha tahu lah.
Kau rasa tak tahu? Tapi ni kalau ada dengar dia tahu ni.
Ini yang sikit hari kau tanya aku pasal Western Union
Pasal aku tengah nak layan. Kali Western Union ada yang itu yang duit ayam. Duit ayam. Tu macam mana nak layan sekarang ke nak layan besok Aku nak standby ni konten. Aku tu ni konten masih fly. Pasal banyak orang kena bro.
Okay.
Banyak orang kena bro. Kau jangan tengok aku sial lah Razi. Apa butuh. Aku tak percaya lah sial.
Aku tahu, aku tak judge.
Aku cakap tengok aku macam gini.
Pasal 1050. Kita do the math. Kau sudah pecahkan kita punya TV. That cost us about 350.
Okay.
Kau boleh beli TV. Ji, aku kasih kau justification. Bukan nak kasih bersalah tau.
Okay.
Ni TV buat harga Samsung ni dah lama tapi buat 350.
Konteks lah apa kau buat TV orang.
Okay.
Apa TV ni?
Okay, so kita dua kambing hitam mau beli mau beli
ayam first ayam.
Kambing hitam ayam.
Part ni masih ayam.
Ayam. Manusia paling bodoh boleh buat benda tu.
Pak Kiai punya hal lah. Pak Kiai buat hal lah.
Alright, kami bersama dengan teman-teman penaja David, Raja Razi dan juga Kak Nusha in the house. Tadi kita Part 1 kita berbual pasal the last was in this
Yelah, can Singaporeans be in debt? Jadi it's okay for Singaporeans to be in debt.
Kan? Tu macam mana tu? Like macam kalau orang dengar macam gini aku just hutang je.
I ask a very direct question. Somehow what I'm getting here is it's owing someone money is orang kata tu macam encourage. But of course in the beginning we of course we don't want to owe anyone money lah, but your service here is to help people do what?
Okay, it's not owing someone.
Okay, like anyone.
Financial institutions basically. There's no right or wrong tau actually. Okay. And we are also not normalizing the fact that they can borrow. You see?
We are not normalizing that they can borrow and don't pay.
Correct. We are not encouraging. Okay? So basically, in Singapore, even kita punya housing, kita punya mortgage when is on loan, there is no 100% cash. Betul tak?
Betul.
So technically when people fall into debt, it's because diorang mismanage your funds. Yeah, sometimes diorang mungkin did not forecast their, finances properly. Misjudgment, silap langkah in terms of decision.
Betul.
There's macam-macam, you see. So, of course, this kind of person, they will be very stressed when they fall into that kind of debt trap lah, kita cakap.
Okay.
So takkan tak ada solution kan?
But you have to understand, because in Singapore, if you don't have any credit card at all, kau tak ada credit card atau personal loan from banks at all kau punya rating is bad no bro.
Aku believe that.
You need to have at least a credit card in Singapore. So to those of you who don't have any bank facilities yang tak pernah apply, you have to go and apply a credit card please.
Really?
With a credit card, you have to utilize the credit card. Kau kena pakai, and after that kau kena bayar balik, kau kena pakai, kau kena bayar balik. When there's transactions, then you'll have your rating in place.
Correct.
So good rating will be AA, BB, CC or DD. Kalau dah ke bawah sampai HH, dah susah nak apply loan lah.
Dah leceh lah.
So some people thought macam, aku tak percaya bank aku tak nak apply credit card aku tak nak.
I used to be that person. I've never had a credit card my entire life until I'm in the business. Because I like to pay things in cash. Macam to me, ada duit bayar. Tak ada duit, buat bodoh. Jangan, jangan susahkan diri.
That means you're cash rich, Arab money.
No, it's about being prudent.
I understand. I also pernah macam itu. Tapi dulu I pernah ada credit card, habis tak bayar. Faham kan? Lepas tu credit card aku tutup, tapi aku masih bayar sampai habis lah. The amount about 2,000 je.
Right.
Lepas tu aku tak berani ambil credit card lagi. Lama tau aku tak berani. Sekali aku nak apply credit card tak lepas.
Reject lah.
Because there's no
There's no transactions.
Macam history kan.
History.
So basically what Razi meant is bukan dia encourage. Again, we don't encourage all this. Kita apa-apa masalah that you guys have tentang hutang ke apa, we can solve it insyaAllah. There are definitely solutions out there to help. So you guys are not going to be like left in the lurch to be stressed, and then then your mental well-being starts to dwindle down macam gitulah kan.
Cakap pasal mental well-being, ada satu ni sebab apa tahu? Untuk aku hutang ni okey tau. Kau tak payah nak malu-malu ni, bukan time-time lama.
Ada orang tak boleh pressure kan.
Hutang aku malu saya hutang. Kau tahu tak? hutang tu biasa. Bukan aku cakap biasa-biasalah, tapi dia macam kita hidup
It's
dalam dunia
common
ni
lah, banyak ramai orang.
kan.
Yes.
So kita nak educate orang ni, kau jangan worry, kau ada hutang, okay. Relax. Kau jumpa orang yang pakar seperti Raja Razi
So
dan
speaking
juga
about
Syaf.
mental ni, a few days ago ada news keluar pasal this guy who was hanged.
Yes.
Dah hang a few days ago, right?
Semalam actually. Semalam
No, because this episode on Friday.
This week lah.
So a few days ago he was hanged after years of kira trial lah. And what happened was, from my understanding, is he was in debt.
Yes.
And he was under very much stress.
Right.
And then, if I'm not wrong, the wife said to him that you are a useless man.
Yeah.
You are very useless. So dia dah tak boleh take it. Dia felt very hopeless as a man. He killed his wife.
They strangled his
He
wife.
strangled his wife to death.
Who is
and
6 months pregnant, by the way.
No.
6 months pregnant.
Yes.
And also the daughter who is 4 years
4
old.
years
Yes.
So he killed both his wife and daughter and slept with them for 1 week.
Yeah.
So dia dah biol.
Correct.
Yes.
Dia dah biol. So the core of the problem, or the root of the problem, is because of the hutang.
The mental
So
stress lah.
yeah, the mental stress. I
That's
mean, being in debt is not the most orang kata smooth journey lah in my life, right?
Betul.
So
It's very lonely actually.
Right.
Yeah, but how do like macam kita to avoid macam ni benda ni happen?
Bro, actually initially kan that case aku back then dulu real estate agent. After that, after 2 years, they cannot make it already. So he start to not to try to find money fast. They start to gambling.
It's
Then
a
after
gambling.
we had the debts about 120,000, bro. Bro, to us bro, 120,000 bro is very manageable, bro. Kalau dia datang jumpa aku at that point of time bro, aku cakap kau dia dah tak payah nak kena go through hardship. Bini dia takkan call dia useless. Before this, back in 2015 ada tu case the Malay police officer.
Oh yeah.
Yang dia pergi rompak dekat Kovan.
Seret tu kan.
$65,000 of debt bro.
Yeah. It's
Just
debt
65k. And dia nak pergi rompak.
Yeah.
And he killed 2 men. Pun hanged to death bro.
yeah.
Yeah, actually 65k, 120,000 ke, hutang 800,000 ke, hutang 500,000 ke, bro, just come to us. Just need to listen to us for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Problem solved, bro.
It's not worth your life lah. You know?
Yeah.
Jangan pasal hutang kau sampai stress macam ni tau bro, because it's not worth. It's not worth.
Wow. Ni lepas tu contoh lah macam kita cakap macam come to debit. Jumpa kita. Kita settle 40 minit boleh settle dulu. Nanti mesti cakap apa dia make catch ni? Orang contohlah jangan apa ke make catch, aku pergi jumpa korang apa make catch ni? Aku duduk 40 minit aku berbual apa masalah yang aku solve?
Actually ramai orang tak nak come forward tau, to be honest.
Yes.
So many people do not want to come forward pasal
Malu.
Yeah, malu as in face value.
Yeah.
One is face value. Second is diorang worried yang kita ni akan charge diorang a certain amount for consultation. You know?
Consultation is free, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your investment to settle your life is just to
Your time
invest your time for
Yes.
40 minutes to be with us.
Correct.
That's it.
Consultation is free.
Aku boleh charge tau actually kalau satu orang datang kan, belum ketua lah. Kau datang jumpa kita $50 boleh apa?
Yeah.
Kalau 5 orang dah berapa dah? $250 lah.
Correct.
Boleh beli TV. Aku pecahkan TV yang sekarang.
Tak, okay. Tadi kau cakap macam consultation fee kan? Aku datang kat korang ni consultation fee. Tu apa dia make catch ni?
Yeah. So what happens after the consultation?
So when we as consultants kita dah bawa dengan dia, first aku kena bilang orang the rights that we have. 4 points very important that they have to know kalau kita hutang kat Singapore. First, kalau under your name, it will not affect anybody close to you.
Okay.
Second, kau pay hutang tak boleh transfer kat nama orang lain.
It's
It's not transferable.
Okay.
So maaf cakap let's say kalau kau meninggal last year kau hutang they cannot claim for your family members or your
Next
loved
of kin
ones.
lah, tak
Oh,
boleh.
never.
Hutang kena settle tak boleh.
No.
Unless there's guarantor involved. Let's say macam
Hmm.
kereta lah.
Yeah.
Number 3, it will not affect your HDB flat. Okay, let's say kalau kau bankrupt nari, kalau kau jual rumah, they cannot take your money bro.
Okay.
Because HDB is protected by bankruptcy, it's not under assets. And number 4, it's not a criminal offence, kau takkan masuk je pasal hutang.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the catch? Bila orang datang kat sini, datang kat jumpa kita, we will tell them the solution that exists in Singapore. 4 cara je untuk settle hutang. Tak ada cara lain. Okay, first is CCS, Credit Council Singapore.
Okay.
Second is DCP.
First is CCS lah. Tapi ada orang cakap, oh actually I boleh jual rumah.
Ada
Ramai kita jumpa cakap, tak apalah kita jual rumah je lah. Nanti kita settle that
Kenapa
gitu.
nak sampai macam
From
gitu?
their
Yeah,
apa?
that's why.
Profit kan.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Lagi 3?
So first is CCS, which is Credit Council Singapore, DCP, Debt Consolidation Plan,
Okay.
DRS, Debt Repayment Scheme, and bankruptcy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the last.
Bankruptcy is the last thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Bankruptcy is
remember-
not a bad thing
Yeah,
actually.
it's actually a solution.
It's a solution sebenarnya. Cuma bila kau bankrupt, kau ada restrictions to live in Singapore.
There are limitations lah.
Limitation.
What are the limitations in brief?
Okay,
Okay.
kalau hearsay apa yang korang fikir? Kalau kau bankrupt, what will happen to you?
Okay, tak
Kalau
boleh
korang pernah
pergi
dengar.
keluar daripada Singapore.
Tak boleh travel,
Lagi?
Tak boleh
Tak
travel.
boleh beli property.
tak boleh beli property.
Okay.
All your
Loan semua takkan dapat.
yeah.
Okay.
Malu.
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 Orang
Pada
tahu.
aku is ego. Kalau kira macam aku ada dulu aku kerja for a boss. Dia kira club shutdown, habis dia declare bankruptcy. Kita punya impression of him
Image
drop.
lah.
Image dia kira drop lah. Kira macam bankrupt show. Bankrupt is such a orang
A
kata
taboo.
taboo
right?
word
Social
and
stigma.
very
Yeah, it's a social
wrong for a
stigma.
man to be pasted on.
Yeah.
that time kau feel that way juga.
Aku feel lah.
Tapi
Korang
let's
pandai
say
dengar apa lagi?
bos kau baru angkat loan, let's say daripada bank dapat 15 million, kau tahu ke? Dia angkat dapat loan, habis dia bankrupt.
So declaring bankruptcy is also a sort of escape.
That's what
It's a
people thought.
solution. Yeah.
But it is actually a solution
One of the
for you
solution.
to release your stress and try to settle your debts.
And start afresh.
And start afresh.
Apa tu? Reset lah.
Okay.
52 bulan je bro. 4 years 4 months you kau bankrupt bro.
4 years,
Yeah.
4 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And you
So-
cleared your life.
So let us see whether it's true or not. Whether they said all
Mana?
those the
The
hearsays.
hearsays.
Whether
Yes
it's true.
Okay. 6 perkara yang akan affect kau.
Okay.
First, you cannot own a telco line. Singtel dan Starhub tak boleh own. Cannot be under your name.
Prepaid sahaja boleh.
Wow.
Prepaid boleh.
Postpaid tak boleh.
Prepaid bagus guys. Jangan macam aku bayar 200 lebih, 300 lebih sebulan. Okay.
Yeah, so
You cannot
postpaid
own a
je.
helper.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
cannot.
Mate.
Tak boleh.
Tapi
Under
kalau
your
wife?
name.
Boleh, boleh. That means your name
Kan
je
it
lah.
doesn't affect your wife.
It doesn't affect.
Baik, korang selamat.
You cannot own a business.
Oh,
cannot own a business.
Akra mu tak lepas lah.
Akra tak lepas.
registered
Nama kau tak ada
business
register.
boleh.
Habis kalau let's say dia pernah ada business tu. Contoh dia ada 3 business. Habis macam mana? Nama dia ada kat Akra tu.
Dan kena keluarkan nama dia.
Kena keluar.
So business nak run kan.
Ah.
Nama keluarkan lah.
That means someone take over lah.
Tapi dia boleh jalan lah.
So yes bro. So you cannot own a business but you can run a business.
Yeah.
You cannot own a motor vehicle.
Bro.
You cannot own a motor vehicle. Motorbike kereta tak boleh own.
Okay.
But can you drive?
Can.
Can. So can a bankrupt drive a Lamborghini bro?
Can of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you cannot own a motor vehicle. You cannot own a telco line. You cannot own a business. You cannot own a private property.
Okay.
Tapi HDB boleh. Property.
Oh, private
Okay.
lender
Private yang
tak
tak boleh. Private lender tak boleh. Okay, you cannot own a helper.
Okay.
And
Travel
you
boleh?
Can travel.
Travel boleh.
Tapi kena minta permission.
Yeah.
Kena minta permission.
Kena minta
Yeah.
permission
Siapa
of
kasi? Government.
apply online
From the
through
official side.
Ministry of Law.
Oh.
So some people say bila kau bankrupt you cannot travel. Actually these people yang tak boleh travel ni adalah orang yang dah bankrupt. Bila kau bankrupt kau masih kena bayar bulan-bulan tau bro to Ministry
Yeah.
of Law. But dia tak bayar.
Oh Allah.
When they don't pay they will fall inside the red
Red
zone of
zone.
bankruptcy. So
Yes.
bankruptcy ada 2 zone, red
Yes.
dengan green.
Okay.
Kalau every month kau bayar kau green zone.
Okay.
Bila kau green zone kalau kau nak travel kau apply je.
Apply.
Dapat.
Approve.
Definitely will be approved. Even people who are still working, let's say businessmen lah, they travel for business,
Yeah.
pun boleh approve.
Oh.
Travel, yeah. So basically they will block, let's say 1 bulan ada kena travel to overseas.
Yeah.
So they will block lah that
Macam,
particular approve.
macam kau kerja kapal lalu
Ya,
kan.
ya, ya.
Okay, kau kena travel 3 bulan.
Ya.
Tapi kau bankrupt kan. So let's say 1 bulan kalau bankruptcy, let's say kau tak 800,000
Ya.
tapi 1 bulan kau kena bayar 3,000 je.
Yeah.
Kan jadi kau bayar 9,000 satu kali lepuk.
Oh.
Jadi kau terus 3 bulan tak bayar 3 bulan overseas. It's okay.
Oh boleh jalan lah.
Boleh.
Tapi kau bayar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's why
okay.
kena jumpa kita, because there are a lot of hearsays out there. Yeah. For us, yes, maybe there's a lot of things yang korang dengar ni macam susah nak digest kan. But of course when you see us, the right people, we can advise you through experience. We can advise you what to do, what not to do kan. And apa yang korang boleh buat lah.
Yeah.
That's why when you come to us, korang stress. Tapi bila like I said initially, part 1, kita nak, our mission is to release your stress, relieve you from stress.
Okay, sebelum
you know,
korang sorry.
no, it's fine.
Sebelum korang nak release stress, kita nak kenal lebih dalam. Aku pun nak faham.
Okay.
Macam mana korang start this business, and is it easy being a husband and wife running a business? This
Sial
one
gaduh
is
sial
something-
gaduh sial.
This is something that aku never thought of even doing ah.
Gaduh sia.
So, korang jangan gimana, kita pergi jumpa Tok Kiai di part ketiga. Kita jumpa Razi dengan Kak Nusha in the end of part 3.
Yeah.
So, jumpa nanti.
Ciao.